Hi all, I'm MartinMathics and I will show you again some interesting stuff which is maybe not practical in daily life, but it is something, to show you some mystery or some magic of mathematics again. Let's say mathematics doesn't have any mystery, but you have to demystify some rather magic stuff. So when you don't know the explanation, you don't always get to the right conclusions. So what I'm trying to do here is something I did when I was younger. I was trying to prove a Masscheroni construction, the construction of the middle of an arc. So that's what you see here. You see a center point, you see an arc from A to B, and I have to determine the middle point I. Well, that shouldn't be that difficult, but of course there is a special limitation to it. You have to do it with using just a compass. Oh, that's of course very unusual to do. But Masscheroni proved that you could determine constructions with compass only. And he was a priest in the 18th century, and Napoleon knew him very well and liked his constructions. So I saw this construction in the newspaper when I was 18 years old, and I wanted to check that analytically. Because it wasn't checked analytically in the newspaper, of course, because newspapers don't try to focus on too deep analysis. Right. I will try to limit this explanation as well, but I will get to analytical explanations without maybe getting to all details, because you should determine for yourself if you want to go into all details. This is just something I want to present you, and I present the basics of the analytical derivation, right? Well, so the points in the blue are the starting points, and you see the point C there in black, and that point has been determined from a parallelogram construction involving O, A, and B. So making the parallelogram with C is not that difficult. It's a question of setting up distances, right? And I will show you that there is another point that could be formed from parallelogram construction. That's this point here, which is C accent, and you can say that C accent is the opposite point from O to C. And that's what I will need to construct D. And D is just formed with an opening with center point in C and opening up to A, drawing an arc. And you have to do the same with center point in C accent, which you don't see here now. And you open up to B and you draw the arc towards D, which will have a nice intersection. And so, and the rest, yes, you see also a point P, which I have set up to determine an extra right-angled triangle, and to have extra information, of course, because sometimes you have to set up extra triangles to determine extra relationships. Good. Well, And you see that I have also set up letters for distances, small letters for distances, and I use capitals for points. That makes it a bit more logical to understand. So, and what do I have to prove here? Yeah, so I haven't determined I so far. So I use this distance OD, which comes from which I have after constructing D. Then I put the center point in C. I draw an arc which intersects the circle, and yeah, and this should be I, right? And I can check that when I set a center point underneath center point C accent, and I draw an arc like that, it will intersect in the same point. So we have the circle and those two arcs, and yes, they intersect nicely in the same point. Well, this is rather amazing that you can do that like this. Huh? So it is only by using compass. So I want to prove that analytically now, and it won't be that hard if I set up all stuff nicely. To build the nice relationships, I have created this grid here. Okay, I have a grid with 5 triangles, and in some of them I have set up letters for all sides, and there is Pythagoras I have used as an expression for 3 of those triangles, and for 2 triangles I have the angle alpha involved, and there I will express sine alpha in it or cosine alpha for some sides. So you can check this for yourself. This is you are supposed to know about Pythagoras, and you are supposed also to know the relationship between sides if you know the alpha and the sine of alpha and the cosine of alpha. So yeah, I could check this to the left hand side. What do I have to prove here? I have to prove something, of course. I have to prove that the distance d equals the distance c, because it is the OD distance that I have used to set up the CI distance. So if I have all those expressions here, I have enough to prove it, because I will prove it a little on the right? So need to prove was d equals c, and you see that I am using some workout of the expressions, and I'm combining results. I won't show you the process in detail because this doesn't involve all the stuff I'm supposed to explain. Those who didn't want to follow all this may have switched off now, but those who are interested will probably try to do them themselves. They can get the picture from me to do this in a very quiet way, and they will check it all as needed. So this is just, again, something I wanted to show you, because yes, it shows my interests in mathematics, and it is another training for my oral expression in English. Hope you are interested again, and I'm planning to do other stuff later for the same mathematics branch of compass construction.